I think it's important to acknowledge COVID in our state has been serious. We recently passed a somber mark, 5,000 deaths related to COVID. And we are not proposing that we ignore that at all. But we're also proposing that we pay attention to all of the costs that we've paid and are continuing to pay clear across Washington in our reaction to COVID. There's hardly a person I know who doesn't know a young person who's gone backwards, sometimes in tragic ways because of the isolation that's been imposed on them. And I think almost everybody is aware of older parents or grandparents who are suffering. I know of one that I'm quite close to, one set that I feel like have aged 10 years. And the price is high. And it's absolutely critical that we pay attention to that price at the same time as we pay attention to the price that we've paid for COVID. I'm sure that the governor is going to respond to this somewhat like the president recently did in some states. But we need to be responsible. We need to recognize the costs on both sides of this equation. And I'm proud of the House and Senate Republicans who are working hard on this. We are looking for opportunities to offer amendments on bills that will make it far more painful on school districts that decide that they're not going to bring kids back. That should not be a choice. And we've got a lot of hazards, I think, that we're dealing with right now related to the fact that the status quo has become, let's not do things. Let's not have kids in school, even when science and experience indicates that it can be safe. And I think it's absolutely our duty and the duty of everyone that cares in Washington to make sure that we don't let this, state of stasis continue. Not just in education, but in the economy and in all the other parts of our lives where I think it's beginning to take hold, this state of emergency that says you don't do things. You don't do things that are necessary to children's learning, to older people's mental well-being, to the stability and the growth of children. We have got to break this cycle of we can't do things. It's time to start doing them again. We are not anti-mask, and Washington has achieved pretty high compliance with masking. And if that helps us allow people to socialize and get the economy going again, then masks are not a bad thing. When it comes to vaccinations, I applaud the fact that we've made better progress over the last month or two. And when people ask me about vaccine, I just tell them I'm a lifelong livestock farmer. I've given tens of thousands of vaccinations, and it's only fair that I get vaccinated too. I would encourage people to be vaccinated. So we are not trying to encourage people not to stay safe. What we are trying to do is allow people to resume life in the safest possible way and giving the counties the authority to make their own choices.